like to call to order the meeting of the Village Board for September 26, 2023. Would you please join us for Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, would you please call the roll?
President DeSimone,
Here.
Trustee Carmona,
Here.
Trustee Franz,
Here.
Trustee Fry,
Here.
Trustee Lomax,
Here.
Trustee Penicola,
Here.
6.
Before public comment, there's a few things that I would like to say in regards to this upcoming meeting. So tonight, the village will be approving the Quick Trip development on the consent agenda. Since this property was sold in 2016, a gas station was always going to be on the corner of Grand and County Line Road. It was in the agreement with the developer who bought the former landfill from the village of Pennsylville for $3 million. It was my job as village president to get the best deal for our residents. In cooperation with the developer, the village considered several different gas station operators for this site. Ultimately, we identified Quick Trip to be among the strongest operators and corporate citizens. Over the last 2 years, many difficult and contentious discussions were held between the village, the developer, and the operator. During that time, over 30 concessions were made by Quick Trip to the village that will ultimately preserve and protect the interests of our residents and are memorialized in the ordinance before the board tonight. Some of those concessions include an expanded masonry construction, restrictions on outdoor signage, a parking enforcement agreement with the Bensenville Police Department, truck parking limitations, restricted truck access, no video gaming, no liquor sales, no showers, no laundry facilities, no sleeping quarters, no outdoor sales, no cell towers, and no billboards. I've talked to members of the village board and many other residents about this project, whether it was at their house, at Village Hall, or in the parking lot of Village Hall. Even at Jewel, I was grocery shopping with my family. I heard their concerns, and as a result, held quite possibly the most contentious negotiations with Quick Trip for the next couple weeks. As a result of those negotiations, at last week's committee meeting, Quick Trip agreed to our demands as follows. A 4-foot wall and screening trees will be installed on the north end of the gas station's property. The 2-hour truck parking area was reduced from 14 stalls to 6. Quick Trip agreed to reduce the amount of car parking spaces. Quick Trip agreed to pay for an automatic license plate reading camera on their property that will tie directly into the Bensenville Police Department's real-time crime center. And probably the most difficult concession that Quick Trip agreed to, they agreed to remove the truck scale from their property entirely. In addition to all these concessions and to ensure that the gas station in this town are proportionally benefiting our residents, tonight we'll also approve a 3 cents per gallon gas tax on all gas stations. The revenue from this measure is committed to reducing the direct taxes and fees that our residents currently pay. This is all to say that we got the best deal for our residents. The sad part of this project is that my political opponent, who I fully expect to run against me in 2025, used this economic development project to spread lies and misinformation to try to divide our community. While he prides himself on his supposed intellect, what my political opponent showed throughout this process is that he lacks the understanding for how contracts work. He lacks the understanding for how public finances work. He lacks the understanding for how development works. He lacks the understanding on how negotiations work. And frankly, he lacks the basic understanding how local government works. What should not be lost on any member of this community is that the person who stood at that podium and lambasted the economic benefits of development is the same person that raised your property taxes to the highest level any of us have seen during his short tenure as a school board president. In closing, I welcome a political fight. The difference between my view of the world and their view of the world, however, is wildly different from each other. While their sides can only point out problems, this team is coming up with solutions. And at that time, I'd like to open public comment. If you wish to address the board, please go to the podium and state your name. You have 3 minutes.
Mr. DeMichael? I think you can just sit
Paul
there.
DeMichael. I won't walk the podium. I was astounded at the meeting last week. I put the word on the next topic about illumination. The meeting was so special, it needed a light shining on it. I watched the 6 board members, and I need to let them know that this is where you take the decision that's made off the back of the village president and assume it yourself. Now, you weren't at the CDC meeting where this room was filled with citizens that talked about this gas station. We didn't hear one person in favor. Was that all just speech? Um, you know, the concessions that were made by Quick Trip mean nothing to me, you know, except the loss of scale, which is something you could have benefited from, because we have so many overweight trucks going down the road. We need to weigh them. That, you know, those are not things, but I applaud Quick Trip, an out-of-town buyer who's buying this dump with the language of the contract that says they're responsible for the remediation of that land. Folks, I've done remediation at Mount Carmel Cemetery. It's not easy, cheap, or fast. But you know what? They can do that, or they can put caissons in, they can find something to hold the building up. I can't say enough about it, other than the village found it great to buy the property. Took them off the hook. The second thing I wanna talk about is the gas tax. For the 3 blocks that we have in Cook County, they use this little shoehorn to shove a gas tax over the entire village. That was really slick. We'll be watching to see where the money from that goes, because we've heard them say at these meetings that increased revenue from like the development on Irving Park Road, where the Cascade is, none of the real estate tax would be used to reduce taxes on the residents, but would go to fundraisers for the existing employees. This is a nice place to work. I'm done.
Thank you.
Mr. Robert Benson?
I miss talking at podiums, so I'll take advantage of it. You know, I came to talk about what the village was doing with regards to the pool, or considering doing with regards to the edge. But I do want to make a comment. I think that it would be, first of all, I appreciate the village. This taxing entity is the most open taxing entity in the village. So, or in my taxing area. So I do appreciate it, and that's why I'm here, is because I saw what was on the agenda. There was details, and they give you all kinds of information. I was also at the meeting where they talked about the gas station, and you know, I didn't stay for the comments because I was expecting an hour meeting, and it was probably 2 hours before I left, past my bedtime. So anyways, with regards to, and I have other things, but I'll limit it. So I just wanted to comment about the survey that was done. It seemed like the survey was alluding to the fact that maybe we're underutilizing the pool. And you know what? I'll be honest, I've never been to the pool. The first time I've been to the pool that I can remember was 2 or 3 weeks ago when I went to see it because of the survey. They didn't give me an option for people that had never gone to the pool, so I thought, well, I'll go and take a look at it. And it looks like a great facility. I'm not sure what the idea is. It seems like it's utilized. The survey, the person that wrote the survey indicated that it seemed like it was underutilized, or that's the impression it gave me. But it seems like that's just a piece of it. There's a lot of other organizations that use the pool. There was somebody there tonight when I called just to verify how long or how many things are done at the community. They didn't give me details, but seems like there's a lot of things going on. It also seems like I'm not sure what the utilization would be for if you put something else in there. I don't know how you would make or cover the costs that are associated with it, because I'm sure there would be a cost for an indoor facility to use it. I'm sure it's not going to be free. So, and the other thing, I am a little sarcastic, so I'll tone it down, but
30 seconds.
I'm sure Thank you. So I'm sure that the costs associated with the 3 pieces of ice that we have at the edge, along with the Zamboni and all the crew that are there and the hours that are worked, I'm sure that we're doing a lot of utilization of that within the community. That's all I'll say.
Thanks, Bob.
This will conclude public comment. Is there a motion to approve the minutes from the September 12th, 2023 Village Board meeting?
You have a
Do I
motion?
have a second?
You have a second.
Are there any modifications to the minutes? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries, the minutes are approved. The next item of business is to approve the warrant in the amount of $1,108,809.57. Is there a motion to approve this warrant?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion on the warrant? Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries and the warrant is approved. Would the deputy village clerk please read the 11 ordinances and resolutions on the consent agenda that were discussed at the committee of the whole meeting?
Number 1, ordinance approving a preliminary and final planned unit development with code departures for a new 10-unit townhome complex at 214 North Walnut Street. 2, ordinance approving variations for the alteration of an existing lot due to a proposed subdivision at 150 Ridgewood Avenue. 3, ordinance approving an amendment to the Bo Jackson Elite Sports Dome Complex planned unit development to construct a gas station at the northwest corner of the Grand Avenue and County Line Road intersection. 4, ordinance approving a special use permit and variations for a new truck repair facility at 796 Fairway Drive. 5, ordinance of the Village of Bensenville, DuPage, and Cook Counties, Illinois, amending Title III of the Bensenville Village Code to impose a municipal motor fuel tax. 6, resolution authorizing change order number 1 to the preventative maintenance contract for the Edge and Edge 2 facilities with Premistar Mechanical Services in the amount of $5,280 for a revised contract amount of $14,580. 7, resolution authorizing contract to Grove Masonry Maintenance for the masonry renovations at Bensenville Theater in the not-to-exceed amount of $28,000. 8, resolution authorizing a purchase order to Shake Guys for replacement of 5 gazebo roofs at the Redmond Park in the not-to-exceed amount of $46,307.12. 9, resolution authorizing a purchase order to Sternberg Lighting for the purchase of 3 cast iron street light poles with bases for Irving Park Road in the not-to-exceed amount of $51,000. 10, resolution authorizing a purchase order to Omega Sign and Lighting for the Bensenville Theater signage in the not-to-exceed amount of $33,479. 11, resolution renewing and adopting the DuPage County National Hazards Mitigation Plan as an official plan of the Village of Bensenville.
Is there a motion to approve the 11 ordinances and resolutions listed on the consent agenda and as read by the deputy clerk?
You have a motion?
Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
That's 5.
Motion carries and the items on the consent agenda are approved. We do not have any reports today. We're going to move right to presidential remarks. Our last coffee with the village president will be held on October 7th from 9 to 11 a.m. at Crimples Park. This is a great opportunity to ask questions and get informal with village information about your neighborhood. So please see the village website for more information. As you can see, the Wilkes family has also completed setting up their displays for the season. That starts on Friday, September 29. And remember, the displays come to life on Fridays and Saturday nights. Details are on our village website. And the Halloween decorating contest has begun. Single-family homes in our community will be judged on the most festive and creative. The winners will be announced at the October 24th board meeting. That will conclude presidential remarks. We have village manager's report.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. As Mr. Benson mentioned, we continue to solicit the Water's Edge Aquatic Center survey feedback. So if you go to the village website, you can see the different options and participate in the survey. We encourage everybody, whether you use the pool regularly or not, to take that survey. A reminder that the brush and branch pickup will begin on October 2nd. We ask that you have your brush out by 7 a.m. And I'm thrilled to announce the kickoff of the restoration project of the Bensenville Theater. As part of an effort to preserve our community's heritage, we are embarking on phase 1 of the exterior renovation project, which aims to restore the iconic 1927 facade and marquee to its original splendor with modern technology. During the phase 1 renovation, the theater will remain open for business, but there will be temporary changes to access points through the theater. We will make every effort to minimize this inconvenience to our valued patrons. Please see the village website for more information. That concludes my report, Mr. President.
Village Attorney's report.
I have no report, Mr. President.
Is there any unfinished business to come before the board tonight?
Yes, Village President, I'd like to say a few comments.
Go ahead.
Good evening. I'd like to take a few moments to recognize all the residents and neighbors who have participated in the discussion for the proposed development of the Quick Trip gas station on the corner of Grand Avenue and County Line Road. As a resident in the Brentwood subdivision, I had the opportunity to discuss this proposed project with many residents throughout the neighborhood. During my conversations, what upset me the most was the use of lies, the misinformation, and the personal self-promotion for political gain used by some residents to present this proposed development to my fellow neighbors. I was also concerned and surprised that this individual failed to ever ask or try and talk to any of the board about the project, even when a board member lives in the Brentwood neighborhood. After having conversations with my neighbors and residents in the area, a better understanding of the facts became clear. As I told my neighbors, all of us on this board care deeply about the residents, businesses, and the whole Bensonville community. I can speak for everyone up here. We all want what is best for the entire community. I ask all of you, if you ever have any questions, concerns, or ideas, to please reach out to any of us or to contact the Village Hall directly. We are your neighbors and your representatives, and we are here to make sure your voices are heard. On a personal note, my family and I are residents near the proposed gas station development, and I am proud of the work the village staff has done, proud of the input from the community, and proud of the work this board has done in listening to the concerns and making an informed decision. Bensonville Strong is about listening and working together, and when we accomplish this, our whole community will benefit from it. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any new business to come before the board tonight?
Seeing none.
Executive session? Is there a motion to adjourn?
You have a
Do I
motion.
have a second?
Second.
Please call the roll.
Trustee Carmona?
Yes.
Trustee Franz?
Yes.
Trustee Fry?
Yes.
Trustee Lomax?
Yes.
Trustee Pena Cola?
Yes.
That's five.
Motion carries and we are adjourned. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.